Which one is my camera, Colin? I have so many cameras pointing at me. Oh my God, is it that one? Welcome to the Creative Spin Podcast. And today we have a photographer with us. So that means there might be another camera hiding somewhere else. Colin, you have competition. You got 3 cameras. Like, I don't know how many cameras Michael brought in, but we're gonna have to see this. Today's podcast is brought to you by Workplace One, a company offering boutique private offices, co-working spaces, and virtual office solutions, as well as meeting rooms in the best neighborhoods of Toronto and Kitchener-Waterloo. Ideal for entrepreneurs, companies, and passionate business people. Workplace One is where you want to be with your business. For more information, go over to workplaceone.com. Michael, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
And Michael, you found this out online and you reached out and here you are. This is exactly what I talk about when it comes to social media and interact, engage, communicate with people, and things happen.
Yeah.
Right? So how's your life, man?
It's going.
It's going,
yeah.
How's photography?
Photography's good. Been zoning in pretty hard right now. Doing a lot of the same stuff that you talk about, obviously, on your podcast, engaging, publishing content, just really focusing on the content side of things right now, and getting the name out there.
And tell me about your channel, because one of the things is that we reached out to you first. I think we commented on one of your videos, and that's how the whole kind of online relationship started. And you know, you're from Mississauga. We're here in Toronto, so that's not for people outside of Canada. It's not too far away. It's like if I throw a stone, I'll probably hit somebody in Mississauga. But not that I want to do that. I know.
I think you hit me the other day. I think you, yeah.
But you know, it's interesting the way that things happen organically, and this is what we keep on talking about this, and it's so important to just engage with people. Now going back to your channel, so you started your own channel. When did that adventure start? What was the whole idea behind that? Why did you do it, and why do you keep on doing it?
For sure. So funny enough, I've been publishing on YouTube for a long time. Would never share those links to those channels. Just totally.
Somehow everybody always does this. Keep going.
But I think it just came to, I wanted to bring value, and I wanted to have something that I felt comfortable talking about.
Okay.
And I got to a point, I'm going to say around January of this year, where I just felt really comfortable talking about photography. And I found
How long have you been doing photography? Just to give us a little bit of a context here.
For sure. I've been shooting photography, I'd say, for about 5 years. Okay. As far as actually reaching out and being comfortable enough to try and start shooting with clients and stuff like that.
Okay. So it has become something other than your hobby then? Like it's become a business as well?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, is it your side hustle or is it your main hustle?
It's progressing.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, definitely an end goal for me though. Yeah.
And the videos, so you felt comfortable talking about it. So obviously your main thing is photography, but what do you find yourself kind of getting more into? Is it like the details of the cameras? Is it more like style of shooting? What's so for people watching us now, like what is it about more or less?
I think it's more so tackling the photographer's mindset, especially early on. So I always intro the video by saying this is a channel for the growing photographer. And it really is, I find that there are a lot of videos about really generic topics. And when I was getting started, I didn't care what was in somebody's camera bag, right? Yeah. I wanted to know, like, how do
it is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes. Sure, yeah. I mean, let me know, right? But I was more curious, like, how do I feel comfortable shooting with models? How, like, what's really important when I show up to a set? Like, what are the things that I keep in mind, right? Like, the more specific questions. And so, as I started to gain some of that experience, I wanted to start sharing it.
Okay, and how's the feedback? Like, do you find that people are interested in those topics? Because we are always kind of trying to figure out our audience as well, and it's not easy because what we find, you'll have a lot of people watching your videos, but the percentage of people that actually leave a comment or let's just call it a good comment is really, really small, right? I don't know if you're getting that feeling as well on your end.
Yeah. I mean, engagement's a little low, but
Yeah.
I think it's also, I'm early on. I think I'm also still doing a little bit of learning on the YouTube publishing side as well. I mean, again, I've obviously published in the past, but it was more of a passive fun thing.
Yeah.
And so now that I'm taking it a bit more seriously, I'm starting to do a bit more, smarter with the tags, smarter with the titles, stuff like that. And
Okay.
yeah.
I was just gonna ask you. So what have you been playing around with? Because let's be honest, this is all about playing around with this stuff. Because there's a gazillion people online on YouTube saying this is the secret and these are the secrets and this is what you should do, and like honestly, it's actually lately been a little bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
Of everybody is an expert.
Everyone's got a secret.
But my experience, and I'm just one old guy here, is there are no secrets. Because you see people doing everything right by the book, and they're not getting the views and all of that kind of stuff. And then you see somebody just posting a video, and I'm thinking about that girl on the van doing the thing. I don't know if you saw that one. Just reached like 1 million followers in no time. Like, what was the concept there? Yeah, she hit a lot of those points, right? But really 1 million because of that? It's really so difficult to play with that.
Yeah.
Like, what have been some changes that you've done that you've noticed some difference on your channel?
Changes, I think, again, it's just being very specific, asking very specific questions. I think it's not just me that have them, right? And I think that a lot of, not dishing anybody, but
We don't do that here.
It's easy to play. No, Creative 7, never.
No.
But no, honestly though, I think it's just a lot of content creators kind of play it a little safe, and I understand it, right? There's a lot of people looking for the secret, which is really just them looking for an easy way to success, right? But like you said, there's no secret. It's just keep publishing. Like make something you like and keep publishing. But one thing you were talking about, authenticity, it's so important. And there are creators that I love.
Yeah.
Peter McKinnon is an incredible creative, but to your point, there's so many people that I call secondhand Kinnons. But
that's you're bringing a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we don't need to introduce who Peter is and all that. I think most people know who he is.
Yeah.
If you're watching this video, you probably have watched quite a few of his.
Right.
But why has he become the person that everybody goes to, that everybody likes to watch his videos and all of that? I think the bottom line is his authenticity.
Yep.
He genuinely likes photography and videography, and he's a genuine person, and you can get that from the videos, right? And I think that was his secret.
Yeah.
People are copying his style, and I'm punching the microphone now. People are copying his style.
Yeah.
But you can't copy who he is.
No.
And that is what made the difference. Because I'll be honest, there are guys out there in the YouTube world that are doing fantastic videos. Like when it comes to editing, really good, sharp, nice stuff.
Yeah.
But they're not peaking.
No.
The attention isn't there. And now the question is why? Authenticity. Because the editing is there, but now you're all of a sudden you're seeing 100 people do the same thing, same style, same everything. What's the only factor that's in there that could be different is the person. And I think that a lot of people, it's hard. I'm not gonna say you need to be authentic and all this. It's hard. Sometimes you don't know who you are in a weird way, right? You don't know exactly who your personality is until you start getting used to this, having the cameras around you and being comfortable about that. Have you felt that? How do you feel when you start recording? Do you feel comfortable when you record? Do you feel like you're yourself?
I do. Yeah, I feel really comfortable, and I think it probably does have a lot to do with just making short films from a young age and just kind of doing stupid stuff. Again, those links I'll never share. But
but those are the building blocks.
Yeah,
right? That's what got you to where you are today. Right?
Yeah. I think the other thing too is like you said, a lot of people don't know who they are. I think it's a question that a lot of people struggle with. We're always evolving, right? You're never going to be this guy, right? I think one thing is to play to it's okay to like other things. Peter McKinnon loves coffee. So he puts coffee. It's basically a leading role in a lot of his videos.
Yeah.
Something I'm playing around with a lot now recently is I love music. I love creating music. And so I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm starting to intro my videos by actually creating the soundtrack to the video.
Okay.
And so I'll build it up with loops, and then I'll kick in the intro, and then I'll play the video.
Yeah.
And so that's something that creates a little bit of authenticity in my channel. It kind of tells you a little bit about me without even really having to say anything. I like music. I like making it.
What are the plans for the future, your channel? What would you like to see happen in your channel? Like, or do you have any plans that you want to share with everybody here?
Top secret, guys. Confidential, off the table. I think it's just, honestly, I love community. I love collaborating. So like more of this would be awesome. I love, there's another creative called Terry, Terry's Corner. He's super talented as well, a photographer. And it just, I really like working with people and creating. So again, kind of to the point you just kind of brought up, I just want to keep creating because I like it. Okay. Just keep playing with ideas and just keep having fun with it, honestly.
And more photography or video, like where do you feel like you're more comfortable or you like the most?
Well, photography's got my heart, right? Yeah. But so that's always gonna take a priority, but definitely want to keep uploading on YouTube, and I'd like to definitely increase my upload schedule as well. But I think I just got to refine a little bit as far as my editing process.
It's not easy, right?
No,
it's not easy. Yeah. I mean, we were talking about this before we started recording. We need to get our schedule together and get everything going because it becomes really hard because a lot of times, and in our case, this is let's call it a side hustle, right? We love doing this stuff. We love the whole engagement with the community and all of that. But at the end of the day, this is not what we do as a business. I mean, we do offer these services to our clients, but this in particular, Creative Spin Podcast, it's really not a business per se. This is something we're doing for fun. So a lot of the other stuff comes first. I mean, if a client calls up and needs something done, we have to cater to them first. And this obviously starts going on the back burner, and that starts becoming a difficult thing to keep the that consistency, that weekly thing going on. So I totally understand what you're saying, and I feel like most people on YouTube are having that issue, which is sometimes that's not only work, it's family life too, right? Yeah. Everything gets kind of on the way, and these things get in the back burner because they're not essentially the most important thing. Do you want to share any tip or trick that you throughout all these years in photography that you've learned that you feel like it'd be an interesting little tidbit that you'd want to share with the public in regards to photography or dealing with clients or dealing with models, or I don't know, you bring it up.
Ooh, okay.
Or something that you've done a video on, and then we can link below and do all that fun stuff.
I think the biggest thing is everyone's got their own process for maybe acquiring a client or whatever that is. But I think the biggest thing is when you're showing up on set, you're being the best version of yourself. You're being as bright and funny. You have a smile on. You're being positive, respectful, and basically creating an experience. I think that's something that not enough photographers understand as they get started. Is that if you create an experience, people want you around, right? Your photography almost comes second. They want you around as a person, and then they want you, obviously deliver and have good photos.
Obviously, you need to be good at your craft, but what I'm hearing is authenticity again. Yeah. It comes back to that. Yeah. Right? And being able to communicate with the clients. Okay, Michael, do you have anything you want to tell our audience? Any dirty secret or anything? No, advice.
Last summer.
No.
Oh, okay.
Man, he almost said it. Any last bit of advice for anybody starting that is looking at photography as their hobby or to actually get into photography as a profession? What would you advise? Like, what would be the tip of the day?
I think the biggest tip of the day. So should I be speaking to you or the camera?
You're open to
I'll do both. I'll rotate. This is an open room. I think the key thing is what got you into photography. What do you love about photography?
Yeah.
And try to create a business around that. I think there are too many people that go, I love photography. I shoot street. I love it. But John down the street shoots corporate portraits, and that's the only way to make money. I don't believe that. Shoot what you love, and try to create something around that. And then there's going to be longevity there too, because you actually enjoy it.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you for stopping by.
Thanks
this
for having
was a great conversation. And for anybody out there, see what happens when you reach out. You get to be on the podcast. This is amazing, right? So thank you once again for swinging by. And you guys, keep commenting, keep liking or disliking, whatever you want to do. And we'll be here for the next one, right? All right. Thanks.
Perfect.